Hi, welcome back to AutoReview. My name is Patrick and today I'm presenting you the brand new 2017 Jeep Compass. The new Compass, as you can see, looks like a baby Cherokee or Grand Cherokee, and this is, I guess, exactly what Jeep wanted. In case you're looking for the Grand Cherokee or Cherokee, but the car is too big or too expensive, that is the choice for you now. From the outside, it looks really nice. I really like it. You can have it in different configurations with two-tone paint job or as this one, for example, in black. I do like the rims. They look very, very good with this car. Here we have the 2-liter diesel version producing 140 horsepower at 4,000 RPM, maximum torque of 350 Newton meters at 1,750 RPM, so right down at the ref range. 0 to 100 in 9.9 seconds, top speed 190 kilometers an hour. This one, as we have it here with the removable trailer hook and the Beats audio system and the navigation, 8.4-inch navigation system, costs 46,995 francs. The base price for the new Compass is exactly 30,000 Swiss francs for the 140 horsepower petrol-powered version with a 6-speed manual gearbox and front-wheel drive. This one is the all-wheel drive with a 9-speed auto box that you have the possibility to shift manually as well. So let me show you, as usual, first row, second row, boot space, and then we hit the road. Enjoy! Alright, so the Compass from inside, and what do we have? So as usual, from left to right, electric windows with the auto function for driver and passenger. Rear, you have to keep them hold. We have electric mirrors, obviously heated as well, which you can fold in as well when you press it, and then you fold them out again. We have automatic lights, leather-wrapped steering wheel with the buttons to control the screen in the middle, basic information on trip, average fuel consumption, and so on and so on, plus the cruise control on the right side, as well as speed limiter. Then in the middle we have the 8.4-inch navigation touchscreen that is very responsive, works very well. Everything is done over touchscreen. Nevertheless, you have still manual control buttons for the volume of the radio system, a tune as well as the air conditioning itself. And actually we're going to start the engine because it's quite warm. So here we go. The dashboard itself, we have the RPM on the left, the speed on the right, and in the middle again the screen with different information. You can adjust the steering wheel in reach and rake, and the seat obviously as well in height and incline. Then we have the air conditioning, which is a dual zone, so we have left and right separate. Below that we have on the left side the rocker to select the all-wheel drive, to lock the all-wheel drive, because by default we're driving with the front only, with the front wheel. You can then choose as well setting between auto, snow, sand and mud. However, we leave it in two-wheel drive. Then we have a 9-speed automatic gearbox that when you put it to the left, you can shift forward by pulling towards you, and pushing away from you, it's shifting down. Then we have the engine power button, so you don't have to put the key anywhere in, you just leave it in your pocket. Once you reach the car, you grab the handle, the car will unlock automatically, and if you want to lock it, you can just press the button on the handle and it will lock the car. Start stop automatic, ESP on and off, electronic parking brake, which will disengage the moment you put the gear in and you start driving, and once you put it in park, it will automatically engage as well, which is nice. 2 cup holders, the armrest which you can slide forward and backwards with the compartment inside. Then we have the mirror that has a sensor as well, obviously it dims itself in the night, and a sensor as well for the lights to turn on and out automatically. Glove box, decent size, not too small, not too big, and illuminated mirrors for driver and passenger, as well as some reading lights and the auto light on when you're opening doors. Seats are comfortable with good side support, leather wrap on the outside and cloth inside with the Jeep logo. What I like as well, you can actually adjust the headrest in any position to really have it towards the way you like it. Okay, so that's the first row. Let's check the second one. Okay, so Compass second row, and as you can see, the seat in front is adjusted to me. I'm 184 tall. I have plenty of leg room. I sit very comfortably. I have sufficient headroom as well, this much. Headrest goes sufficiently high as well to pretty much the end of the head. What I like as well is when you open the window, we have automatic down and the window is shut. Basically, you don't have a window that's sticking out. However, if you want to bring the window up again, you have to keep it hold. And you can see as well, we have tinted windows from the B-pillar onwards all around the back of the car. Then pockets in the seats in the back. We have the ventilation for left and right. However, it's a dual zone, so we can't adjust temperature here, just that we can have a flow of air. One USB down there, and something I really like that you find mostly in American cars is a 230 volt power socket, so you can charge your laptop directly without a converter whatsoever. Another thing that's really nice as well, if you are only driving with 2 people in the back, you can just fold it down. You have 2 cup holders with, again, we have this leather here, and you have an armrest. However, then the boot space is open. You don't have anything in between here, which is positive and negative because you can obviously load something through, but if you have something loose, it might fall through. Let's close this. Reading light and a little hook plus something to hold on to on both sides, and that's pretty much it. Let's check it out. So the compass from the back, don't be fooled, the car is pointing down, that's why it looks a little bit higher in the back. But from the design, what I really like is the design itself. You see the chrome going all the way around the car, basically comes from the top of the window down to the bottom of the window and goes up again. Third braking light, lights very sleek, white and red, looks very nice. I like it. 4x4 on the left, limited on the right, fog lights on the bottom. Parking sensors you see here as well, and what I like is usually 4x4s, and Jeep is really good in this. They have this plastic here which goes around the car on the bottom and to the front, so in case you get stuck somewhere, it's usually this kind of point, so this is the most furthest point of the car, and that will be cheaper to fix than a painted bumper or door. So on the bottom we see this one has the optional hook that is in the car, 2 exhaust pipe on the right side, parking sensors, that's it. Let's open it up. It opens quite high, and then here we have one of those Easter eggs. Here's number 5, there's number 1. The boot space is pretty sufficient, a light on the right and left, 12 volt power socket, the Beats, a subwoofer on the right, and that's pretty much it. So let's close it and let's go. Alright, so let's drive the Compass. And first things first, fuel consumption I had tested on over 225 kilometers. An average between 7.4 to 8.4 liters. Now we have 7.6 obviously with idling and just because of the air conditioning running. But on the highway you'll be able to drive less than 7 liters if you keep it up to 100 kilometers an hour. And with a 9-speed automatic gearbox, it's actually a joy to drive because it's great for long distance. So you have 9th gear in 100 kilometers an hour, and you have 1,400 to 1,500 RPM, which is great. So one thing that it's a little bit annoying is that every time you get into the car you have to activate the cruise control. It's always off, and this is something that I find annoying in every car. It doesn't matter which car I test, I like this to be on always. Sometimes as well the lane departure assistant seems to be off. Not quite sure why, maybe it was a little bug, however it works very well once it turned on. Okay, so let's put the cruise control to 60. Because we can drive 60 here. I do recommend you take a diesel, do not take the petrol powered engines, because if you take the 140 horsepower or the 170 horsepower petrol powered engine, you'll have just maximum of 250 Newton meters. So if you want to trail something, if you want to pull a trailer, I do recommend you take the diesel just because of the additional torque you have. And as well the fuel consumption, obviously. We do have manual seats in this car and electric lumbar support, which goes in and out and up and down as well, which is good. Then what I do like is the visibility around the front of the car, plus the mirrors. They are quite huge actually compared to other car manufacturers or other models as well. However, the visibility to the back is pretty limited, especially the C-pillar is quite massive, and with this car only having reverse parking sensors in this particular car, it's quite difficult to park. You can't really see where the car ends in the front, you can't really see where the car ends in the back. It's quite wide, therefore I do recommend the pack parking, or the parking package, whatever you want to call it, for 1,150 francs, because that will give you front parking sensors and a reverse camera in addition, which is needed for this car. I want to be honest with you. Then one thing that I disliked as well is that this car doesn't come stock with xenon or LED lights. It comes with halogen lights, which is something I disapprove, because we're in 2017 and in my opinion car manufacturers should be forced by a law around the world, or at least in the Western world where we live, to have xenon lights or LED lights as standard for safety. As well as ABS and ESP and airbags, that is a safety feature because you see better and you're seen better. But that's a different thing. What I do like is the Beats audio system. It's very powerful, the bass is super deep and strong. However, is it worth 1,950 or 1,995 Swiss francs? You have to decide that. However, if you want the navigation, you have to take it because it comes as a package. If you take all the packages together in the limited edition, so which is like the range in between, not the bare bones and not the Trailhawk, which is the full equipped one, it will cost you 8,615 francs in addition to the car itself. Do you have to take everything? I'm not quite sure. However, I would recommend the winter pack, or the pack winter with the heated seats and heated steering wheel, which is something very nice. I do recommend the pack visibility, which is the xenon lights, just to have a better visibility, and the pack parking, which has the parking sensors and a reverse camera. The rest, it's up to you. Do you need leather seats? Full leather seats, which are as well cooled? Not sure, it's up to you. Engine choices wise, I mentioned already, I do recommend you take the diesel engine. This one is the 140 horsepower one. There is one more, which is a little bit more powerful, which is the 170 horsepower one, which has, instead of 350, you have 380 Newton meters. What I like about the navigation is that it has pinch to zoom, so if you know how to use a smartphone, then you know how to use this navigation. Something that I liked and disliked was with the navigation that if you drive and you have the navigation on, basically, that you hear the voice commands, I personally always turn them off. However, if you listen to radio and you have them on, this side of the speaker will basically mute, or not mute, but be lower, and then you hear the navigation on the left side, and then the volume go up again towards normal. However, if you don't turn it off in the system, you just turn down the volume, it will always basically mute the left side, which is a little bit annoying when you drive and you listen to a song and then suddenly you hear it only from the right side and then again from the left in addition. So just keep that in mind. Space-wise, it's very spacious. You've seen it as well in the back, which is nice. Seats are comfortable as well for long distance. Fuel consumption, obviously it's not what the manufacturer claims. They claim something between 5.5 and 6 or something. Realistically, I mentioned I had 7.4 to 8.4. Now the car has 991 kilometers on the clock, and the car was not driven only by me. Obviously, people tested it and it's 8.8 here. However, mine of 230 kilometers test drive shows 7.5 with the idling over there. So that's pretty much it. I think it's a nice car. I think it looks great. It drives nice. However, be sensible when you look into what options you need. As I mentioned, do take the xenon lights, do take the heated seats, and do take the parking. Maybe you don't need the heated seats. Take the parking sensors and reverse camera, plus the light in the front, and then you have pretty much a good equipped car. Price for the Compass in Switzerland starts with the base model. I mentioned it, 140 horsepower, petrol powered, front wheel drive, 6-speed manual at 30,000 Swiss francs. This one, as we have it here with the trailer hook, is 46,995 Swiss francs. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please check out Central Garage down in the link. If you have any more questions, well, call them up, look them up on the website, give them a call, or come by and test drive this car. Oh, one more thing I forgot. We have Apple CarPlay, which works super nice. Just have to plug in your iPhone, and if you have an Android phone, you obviously have Android Auto as well. Okay, that's it. Thanks a lot. Subscribe, like, and share, and see you next time. Bye.